Hey, Shalom, Akim. It's your brother Raza Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and blessings to the hopeful, sincere elect. As of late, you got these people, Jake over here in disarray in London, guy losing their minds, crying because the cop that shot this guy, Chris Kaba, and this Jake that's in the picture here, that was caught in involved in a club shooting where he was the main assailant, main guy basically that shot the weapon off, trying to kill another Jake, being a menace to society as Jake usually are, being gremlins, man. You got Jake, the nigger woman and all that with his family crying in disarray because the cop that shot this guy dead got off basically scot free. But it was justified, man, because this guy was a gremlin. He was a menace to society. And this is why, in these last days, we're going to lament for these two Thirdites out here, man. Because this guy looks like he was sober-minded, kind of guy. But really, he was a gremlin, man. He was a demon. He had multiple demons on him, man. And that's why they actually released a video later on this week of him actually, getting caught up in a club shooting and all that, and him running out the club, chasing the Jake down, shooting him a couple times, But before that, they were saying, because he got caught in a car ambush. That's all the footage that they had, basically, of him getting caught in a car ambush, and then the gun police, surrounding his car and then shooting him dead. And then everyone was out in disarray and uproar, saying, what happened? Why did they shoot Chris? Why did they shoot Chris? And all of that. Come to find out, this guy's a straight up menace and a demon to his own people, man. Going around shooting Jakes in nightclubs and all that. And people wonder why this guy's dead. It says Chris Kaba shot man in the club and was alleged core member of a London gang. Yeah, so there's two rival gangs in the club. And this is why, we ain't supposed to be in a spirit of revelry and all that Bacchus type spirit, going out and, being in the spirit of mirthdom. It says fools' hearts are in the spirit in the congregation of Slakia, it's Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter anyway. But fools are in the house of mirthdom, basically, roughly paraphrasing. So this is why we don't congregate around these niggas, man. We ain't supposed to be in the vicinity around these gremlins, especially of our own people, man. Because shit like this, you can get caught up in situations like this. So it says Chris Kaba, the unnamed man, killed by a police firearms officer, was pictured on CCTV shooting a man on a nightclub dance floor and was alleged to be a core member of a London gang. It can be revealed, yeah. And he was also known as a drill artist or a drill rapper named Itch. Mr. Itch or MC Itch, man. What kind of name is that? But anyway, that's his name. And he got caught in an itch, and basically got himself shot and killed by the police, man. Sticky situation, man. This is a judge ruled on Tuesday that the details of Kaba's criminal past could be released the day after the Met Police, Martin Blake, was cleared of murdering him. So it was an Edomite named Martin Blake. And the Lord put the spirit in him to kill that nigga, man. Says in the scriptures, man, that the Esau, the so-called white man, being the devil that he is, but in the book of Romans, it says that he will bear, these police and all that, they will not bear the sword in vain. They will not bear the sword. And if you're doing wickedness, man, the Lord gonna put a cold spirit on these Edomites to take your asses out. And that's exactly what happened to this guy. So he got cleared of murdering him, which really, he done a just thing. Because even Elder Zaquan, Rukaya Kwam, talking about the Trident, because he was part of a club called 6-7 or some shit like that. A part of a gang called 6-7, or a rival gang known as 6-7. He was back and forth, and it's in the video anyway. I'm not going to go to it, but this happened in East London. So at the end of the day, these guys are gremlins, man. And these gremlins got taken out by the devil, man. Lord put a cold spirit on the death angel and the devil, Martin Blake, and made him shoot this nigga dead, man. And that's what's going to happen in these last days anyway, because 2/3 are got to go. You guys are out of your minds, man. You're corrupt. You're wicked as all hell. And you're wise to do evil, as the scripture says, man. You're wise to do evil. So I'm just going to go straight to the scriptures anyway. I don't make this too long. It's Proverbs 1 and I'll start from 8. It says the enticement of sinners. And it wasn't just him. It was other guys that got caught in a situation as well. And other guys got caught and bagged, put in jail, put in the system for a couple of years and so on and so forth. But he's the only guy that basically got shot by the police and killed. It says, "My son, hear the instruction of thy father, and forsake not the law of thy mother." Which, you know, most of these jakes out here, especially these Gen Zs, you know, they're rebellious as all hell, man. You know, they're treating their parents like they're the children nowadays, man. There's no respect, no honor, you know, there's no order in the household, man. And furthermore, there's no father in the household nowadays. Most of these kids are raised by single parents, which is the ruse, or the reason why most of these degenerate kids are the way they are anyway, because they were raised by single parents, being their mother most of the time, which that's just going to be hell on earth. Because all she's going to do is feminize the boys, and the girls are going to turn into dykes and be manly and shit. It says, "For they shall be an ornament of grace unto thy head, and chains about thy neck." Yeah, they're supposed to keep you in check. But when you're living under a single parent household and that female vibration, man, a woman can't raise a man, because he's going to be built up with nothing but emotions. And that's why they're going to get caught up in situations like shooting people and all that in the street, doing carnal shit, because they just got carnal, effeminate spirits on them, man. It says, "My son, if sin is enticed thee, consent thou not." And when you watch the footage of him in the club, there's a whole bunch of them in the club, and then you got guys giving signals and all that to basically go ahead and shoot the guy that they're looking for, and then all hell breaks loose and they start chasing the guy at the club and all of that. So if sin is enticed thee, consent thou not. So if Chris was in his right mind, you know, if he was a real, you know, if he wasn't being a nigger, he would have aborted from being in that vicinity in the first place, and said he's not going to partake in that wickedness, man. Shooting another Jake down for what? For likes and clickbait and all that. For clout chasing and all that. You know, for what, man? It's all vanity, man. You know, all this street code ain't no fucking street code, man. All that shit is vanity and lies, man. It's bullshit. Ain't no real street code, man. Ain't no honor amongst thieves. You guys relying on some false bravado of a brotherhood that don't really exist, man. Instead of being in the real brotherhood under Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, where brothers don't do these type of things to each other, man. Because, you know, there's consequences to your attitudes, to your actions. You know, and you'll be reprimanded by the Lord. But when you're under that street code, man, there's no church in the world like the Gay Z song. No church in the world. There's no honor amongst thieves, man. You know, you skullduggery and all that, man. You know, it says, "My son, if sin is enticed thee, consent thou not," man. So he wasn't supposed to be partaking in that evil. If he was wise, he would have stayed his ass home and read a book or something, man. You know, but you know, Jake was trying to be in the mix of shit, you know, the in thing and all of that. But now he's dead. So he got what he was looking for, man. It's if they say, "Come with us and let us wait for blood, let us lurk privily for the innocent without cause," and that's exactly what the situation was, man. You know, even though that guy that he shot wasn't innocent, and whoever, you know, the back and forths that was involved, none of those guys were innocent anyway. No man perisheth being innocent, as the scripture says. But, you know, you shouldn't be out there lurking for your own people, man. You know, for innocent blood and all that. You know, this is wickedness, man. But this is why the Lord gonna put out 2/3 in these last days, because you ain't got this type of energy for the so-called white man, who's your real enemy, and these other nations. You put your asses in captivity, man. You ain't got the same energy for them, but you got all the energy for Jake to wipe their asses out over him stepping on your shoe or some dumb shit over some simple argument over that, or simple argument, so to speak. Salakia. Says, "Let us swallow them up alive as the grave, and whole as those that go down into the pit." So Jake's lurking, as they got to say, they're lurking. That's the word they use, the term they use over here in the UK. They're lurking or sliding and all that. In America, they say they're sliding. You know, they're lurking. So this is concentrated on you niggas, man. This is what Jake do. You know, they lurking for their own people, man. You know, this is why they're gonna get put out in these last days. And as I said, the scripture says in Romans that the so-called white man, the devil that he is, he said he'll not beareth the sword in vain. If you're doing wickedness, the Lord gonna put a cold spirit on his ass to take his ass out. And that's why Martin Blake did what he did, even though he's the devil, man. You know, it's the next precept anyway. But he did the bidding of the Lord basically on the left-hand side. You know, one less nigger to worry about. This is Hosea 4:1. It says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there's no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land." Yeah, Jake ain't thinking about the Lord, man. Jacob is thinking about how to get rich or die trying, man. You know, all this temporal shit, man. Vanity and carnality, you know, because they're covetous, man. They're coveting, and they envy the prosperity of the wicked. You know, they envy, you know, what Esau's got. They want the fast cars, the big house, and all that. But Esau's the devil, man. He didn't get that by good means. He got it by ill-gotten gains. And if you want to do the same thing, like, you know, be another Diddy and all that, you got to do the same thing. You have a father, the devil. You know, you got to go around the same road that these devils do to basically attain those things. Be wicked, you know, do wicked things, kill your own people, sacrifice, so on and so forth, man. That's how you make it in this world. You don't make it by being good in this world, man. You make it in this world by being wicked. That's why the Lord said, "Come out of my people," because this is not our rest, man. This place will utterly destroy you, corrupt you, man. It says by swearing and lying and killing. You know, the word there for killing should be murdering, man, because that's what Jake's doing out here. It says, "And stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood toucheth blood." And that's exactly what's happening in these streets. You know, these niggas out here, man. Drill rappers, Mr. MC Itch. You know? Now that guy's dug in the ditch somewhere and he's in the dirt. You know? And people crying for him, saying like to say he was a good guy. He wasn't no good guy. You know, he wasn't innocent, man. No man perished being innocent, man. Everyone was all shocked and all that when they found out that it was him in the car and he got shot and all that on the news, breaking news. And come to find out he's the main guy that was doing the shooting in the damn club, man, trying to kill another Jake. So, you know, and the police put the information out there so they, you know, stop all these people from coming down and, you know, blaming the police for shooting. You know, I'm not saying Jake don't get shot innocently by the cops, but not in this circumstance, man. You know, the cops was in his right mind, you know, for what they did. They chased that nigga down, they ambushed him in the car, and then they shot his ass dead. He even tried to drive off and crash into other cars when the cops was chasing him down, man. So it's not like he gave up willingly and all that. He tried to go out with a fight, but he didn't have no weapon to fight off the cops, you know. And they shot his ass dead, armed police. This is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, "For my people is foolish, they have not known me, they are sottish children." It says, "And they have none understanding, they are wise to do evil." And that's Jake for you, man. They're wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And that's exactly what happens, man. You know, Jake is wise to do evil. In this society, to do evil is good in their eyes, man. You know, go lurking, sliding, being a nigger, you know, doing all this folly, man, you know. They're wise to do evil. But to do good, they have no knowledge, man. That's why the Lord called them sottish children, which means extremely stupid, you know. Because nowadays, Jake are doing shit for clickbait. All for clout and all of that, man. False accolades and all that. You know, incorruptible crowns. Corruptible crowns, Salakia. Says Jeremiah 11:14 says, "Therefore pray not for this people, neither lift up a cry or prayer for them, for I will not hear them in the time of their cry, in the time that they cry unto me for their trouble." And we're coming into the time of Jacob's trouble. So all these nigglets out here, these Gen Zs out here, these reprobate spirits and rejects of society, you know, and the reprobates of our people that the Lord's not dealing with, the degenerates, as apostles have been getting into that word degeneracy, as of this week, you know, they're not going to make it. We're not going to lift up a cry for them, man. We ain't going to cry for these niggas. Like you know, like in the book of Ezra, man, you know, Ezra was inquiring about the 2/3, and the angel told him, man, don't worry about the ungodly and how they perish, man. You know, we ain't worried about the ungodly, because they're going to perish definitely in these last days, man, because majority of these people out here, they're going to take that C-hip. And once you take that C-hip, you've been marked for destruction, man. There's no saving for you after that, because that's committing a sin unto death. You taking that C-hip technology, which is the MLT to the B. So majority of these nigglets out here and the gets, they're going to end up taking the MLT to the B anyway in the time of Jacob's trouble, and they're going to be destroyed ultimately by the nuclear missiles, man. So we ain't going to lift up a cry or prayer for these niggas, man. For what, man? It's a waste of breath. Because they ain't going to listen to us anyway. We'll be out there on the highways and hedges. I just read the Proverbs, the first chapter, tells you that we're in the highways and hedges, you know, and they fan their hand. They reject the truth. So the Lord said in their calamity, he's going to laugh at them, man. He's going to mock when their fear come. And when's that going to come? In the time of Jacob's trouble, which that's already starting. We're in the beginning seasons, the beginning of sorrows, basically, of Jacob's trouble. So it's only going to increase, you know. So, you know, forget Jake, man. Forget the 2/3, man. We're only out here for the elect. This is Job 14:1. It says, a man that is born of a woman, see the single parent mothers out here, the woman talking about I'm independent and all that. But look what the scripture says. It says, a man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. And Chris Carver is an example of that. A Jake that's full of trouble, man. I guarantee both parents wasn't at home. He was raised by a single parent mum and all of that. You want to be in the streets, joining gangs and all that. Being gang and all this BS, man. Which is all BS, man. Because all that shit it's a false brotherhood, man. It's not real brotherhood. And there's the video here, as I was mentioning. I'm not going to play it, you know. But I'll probably leave the article in the description box if brothers want to read it. Go through all this madness that this guy was into. But he got what he deserved, man. It wasn't no ill-gotten gain. It wasn't no ill punishment, man. He got what he deserved, man. You reap what you sow in this world, in this life. You know, it says, man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. It says, he cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. It says, he fleeth as a shadow and continueth not. And that's exactly what happened to this guy, Chris Carver. He needed to be taken out. He was a menace to his own society, man. He needed to be taken out. And that's exactly what the Lord did, man. And there's going to be many more Chris Carbers getting taken out in these last days, man. In various ways, especially in the time of Jacob's trouble. So anyway, with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash, and Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.